my existence, and the fact that I doubt my existence shows me that I exist as a subject. Let's unmute you this time. Hopefully you actually tracked and you can follow instructions. Let's do this. All right, let's go. Strike number 1. Let's see if we got strike number 2. Alright, strike number 2. So I guess I'm gonna repeat it just a little bit, maybe so the audience here can understand a little. So Saintly made the claim that I can't prove that I exist, yet I gave a pretty informal view.
No.
I gave a pretty simple view.
Yo. I have a bad expose. I have a bad expose, yo.
Sorry.
I have a bad expose, yo. It's really bad, bro.
You saw what I sent you?
Hey, yo, Apollo. Can you lock chat real quick? Actually, hold up.
It's not even. This is like dead ass.
It's bad. Yo, Apollo, bro. Can you like lock chat real quick and give me perms to type in the chat just for 1 second, bro? I gotta send some on this Packer guy, bro. It's really bad, bro.
Bro, he's a weirdo.
I'm not even trolling.
Ironic? Ironic?
Bro,
What?
real
It's
proof.
really bad, bro.
We got real proof.
With a nigga
We
that's
gotta
known
show
as
you.
Yo, it's really bad, bro. It's really bad. Give me a
Some
sec.
fag. He's about to show some fag here.
Nah, bro.
I just finished playing. Alright.
This nigga Packeria.
It's
Hey, fuck
really
that nigga.
bad,
He goes
bro.
somewhere else.
He was crying on the mic.
Yo, no, it was bad, bro. I'm not even sure.
Hey, go shoot a bitch,
On
nigga.
God. On
Fuck
God,
you.
Prince. On God. What does this nigga
You're a
talk about?
pedo? Are you dumb? He's a minor.
I'm literally a minor. Like, still to this day, I'm a
Fucking
minor.
Neanderthal.
dumbass.
Hold on. Do you think you can be a pedo if you're a minor?
Focus, you've been 17 for 2
What?
years, buddy.
Alright, hold on.
What, nigga?
Focus is just.
Logically, hold on,
You know
Focus
the
is just a little
definition?
minor.
No. Calm down.
He's just a
Son.
little
You
minor.
think-
You know the definition of a
17-year-old
pedophile?
Hold on.
Focus,
son,
you've been
calm down.
17 since 2022, buddy. Come on.
Focus.
No, I haven't, nigga.
No,
I said he's like capping by his age, bro.
logically impossible. Do you think it's
Look,
logically
anybody who
impossible
know
for
Focus
17-year-olds
know he's been
to be a
17 since
pedophile?
No, it's-
2022.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, and what if
Hold
me
on.
and Focus are
Yes,
pedophiles? Like
17-year-old
what?
be a pedophile.
What is
Big
going
goon
on
too
here?
for I bitch you just like how I bitch that Packer, you nigga.
You guys,
Pussy ass
guys,
nigga.
chill. What is
Can a
going on here?
17-year-old be a pedo?
It was good. What's good, Paulo? What's
It's
good?
logically
I'm not-
possible,
I'm
yes.
confused. That's what is going
Okay,
on.
perfect.
So I just came
That's
back. What's up?
Dumb fuck.
We can
Meaning
debate
in
on
some
vegan.
possible world. Wait, dumb fuck. Wait, dumb fuck.
How about
Meaning
you
in
guys?
some possible
Here's-
world,
wait,
right?
guys,
There could be a
guys,
world where
hold on,
pedophilia
hold on,
is seen
hold
where
on,
like
hold
I'd say
on,
12-year-olds can be
I don't
pedophiles.
want to
Cool,
mute
that's
anyone.
fine.
I don't want to mute anyone.
I'm fine with that.
Just stop.
Hey, wait,
Yeah,
real
so
quick.
look, what you guys can
Yo,
do-
Apollo,
hold
I
on.
gotta send something in chat, bro.
Could I just say something? I'll just say something, then you guys give your input on it, okay? So, what I was gonna say is basically, would you guys be down to debate in like an actual topic like theology, and it would be held on
Yes.
stage and I'll moderate?
No, we can debate veganism. I'm not debating.
I'm not debating veganism. I don't debate none of that moral
Holy
shit.
This nigga only debates theology. You're a one-trick pony.
Okay, cool. Cry about it, nigga. I
hold
debate
on,
fiction
hold
too.
on.
Like
One
what?
trick pony.
Okay,
Let's
that's
debate
what I'm
fiction
not
then.
gonna lie, Apollo.
Let's debate fiction then,
Let's
bitch.
just do this.
Okay then, faggot.
I'm gonna have to both of you guys because you guys are over talking each other. Which is gonna get muted just for the sake of demonstrating a lack of bias towards either person. So, Focus only debates theology and Pucci only debates ethics. This is like a strange situation. I would suggest. Okay, so let me see. Which topic? We'll host a poll. We'll do a poll then, and basically, the audience is gonna pick which topic you guys are gonna be debating on. Is that cool with either of you guys? You guys can tap in chat if that's cool.
Well, topic ass, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. I'll definitely get more activity if there's a theology debate.
Yo,
by the way.
Prince, why you dick sucking in
telling
chat, bro?
Pucci- I'm telling Pucci he debate on theology, right? But they pick.
Man, just
Okay,
get that
so
nigga
Theism it
Pucci
is.
argument, bro. Just get that nigga
Okay, so
Pucci
Theism it
argument.
is. And by the way, Pucci, there's no need to really be warned about anything because he's defending theism, right? So I don't know what point is, but that's
Oh, God,
fine.
just be a skeptic, bro.
Tron, unmute both of them, and guys, let's just minimize Bergen. I'll make a stage right now, and you guys can debate on the stage, so there's no interruption from any other person in the debate moving forward. Okay?
Wait, I'm back. What happened?
Yeah. So the poll said theism, so they're going to debate on theism. Let's make the Focus versus Pucci stage, and then we'll announce this debate moving forward, so that there's no actual interruption from any other person in the audience. You said wait before the stage. I gotta send some. Wait, hold on. That thing. Let's just save that for like a aftermatch bullshit, right? That's gonna be like an aftermatch stuff. So whatever you're gonna send or expose, let's do that after the debate, okay? Let's just do that after the debate. I don't want to do any drama stuff right here, right now. I want people to be focusing on who wins this debate before we focus on any drama stuff afterwards. Okay? Okay, so Tron, unmute both of them, and let's just minimize Bergen. Stop talking over each other. I want to have a normal conversation, and then you guys can head into the stage moving forward, and then from there on, you guys host the debate. I'll be moderating personal, so I'm not a biased person. Tron, unmute both of them, please, and thank you. I'm on mobile right now, so I can't really bother to do it myself. Is Tron even here?
Tron's
I'll
lagging.
unmute myself.
I'm lagging like a bitch.
Yeah, hold on. Unmute. Where's
Like a fat
Pucci?
bitch.
Hey, bro, I just gotta
Grandma
show this
nigga.
to everybody. I just gotta show this to everybody. Look in general chat. This is that Packer you nigga. Basically, right? He was crying and shit to somebody he thought was a girl. And he went to DM, called them to cry to them. But it wasn't a girl. It was literally a guy with a deep ass voice. And he was like, dumbass nigga thought I'm a girl. And
Alright, so I'm just simply gonna mute you because like you're obviously spreading misinfo. Just look at the time frame really quick, man.
Okay.
Come on, like let's not do fake videos, nigga. Lock the fuck in, bro.
Okay, wait, hold on. Unmute
Yo,
him,
prove it's
please.
fake, buddy.
Yeah, let's just okay. So hold
Yes,
on,
just
hold on,
analytics.
hold on.
and why am I being muted by the
So
person I'm supposed to be
I'm
debating?
trying to have a really normal, unbiased type, conversation with no perma views and so on. But it's just so difficult, because there are people with perms here, like Pucci, for example. Just Pucci, don't mute him, okay?
I won't.
I'll do the
Don't
mute
spread
moving
misinfo.
forward. So hold on. One more thing. Just to be clear, you guys both shook hands in the agreement, which is the polls will determine which topic you guys will be debating on.
I
Correct?
said theism.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure,
the poll said theism. So Pucci, you can just defend agnostic atheism or so on, or atheism. He'll be defending theism. Do you guys both agree on this?
yeah.
Sure.
Okay,
Alright,
lovely. So we're gonna make the stage. Let's just cut this childish, rhetorical bullshit, right? No one really cares about this shit that much outside of the debate, which is not what people are here for right now. They want to see you two debate, right? So we're gonna make the stage. I'll be moderating. Tron will be moderating if necessary, and I'll ensure that there's no person on either side who will be interrupting you guys' points, and that also ensure that if there's over talking. And if the over talking is getting really messy, making the conversation really messy, I'll also make sure to step in to minimize that as much as possible. So I'll make the stage right now.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Yo, look at the DM. Y'all I'm dead as fuck.
Bro, nigga got exposed by my ass nigga. Nigga mad, he got exposed by my nigga Furby. Nigga got catfish, he tryna cope. Lay my ass.
Join the stage.
Alright.
Hey, y'all bitch ass niggas go to the stage. Yo, Ice, you ass.
Yo.
So I'll announce this in just a moment, and I'll make sure there's a recording bot, and also there are people who are going to be recording this conversation.
Okay. Yo, Pookie, you ready? Trash ass nigga. You there? Hello?
Sure.
Look in chat. Here's gonna be my argument for God's existence. Don't worry about that ugly ass white nigga in the chat saying that. Do you agree with P1?
I want you to just say it for the voice recording P1 to conclusion 3 really quick. It's not really that long.
Our essence is either identical to our existence or it is not identical to our existence. You agree with that premise?
For now, I'll withhold. You can continue.
Well, I mean, we can just go premise by premise.
Yeah, I can reject it when I feel like it would.
Okay, so do you not reject that premise?
Do I have to repeat it for a fucking second time? I said I'll withhold.
Do you reject
my
the premise or no? I'm saying we should just go
Yeah,
premise by premise. What's wrong with that?
Hold on. Do you think I can't withhold my rejection or acceptance?
No, of course you can. Of
later
course
on?
it's logically possible.
Okay,
Like,
perfect,
what?
perfect,
You're just saying that, oh, I'd
perfect.
rather you
Yes,
go out through every
yes,
single premise and read out every
prove
single
them,
premise. I'm
yes.
saying, okay, cool, you want
Yes,
that.
that's what I'm
I would
telling
rather
you
just
to
go
do.
premise by premise.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
So
to
what's
do.
the
That's
issue
what
with
I'm gonna
that?
do. I'm simply telling you what I'm going to do. Now go ahead and continue.
Okay, I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna read out one premise. I'm gonna wait for you to actually give a rejection to it, and then I'll read out the next premise.
This dichotomy. I'm not forced. I'm not obligated to have to.
Okay, cool. So you don't have any contention so far with the premise, right?
As of now, I don't have a contention.
Okay, cool. So P2, our essence is not identical to our existence.
I don't
Any
understand
issues?
what that means.
Okay, so our essence basically just being everything that makes us up. Like, for example, my essence, a part of my essence is having a Discord going under the name Focus. Your essence would be, being white, short, fat, ugly, etc. All those things. That would all be part of your essence, right? That wouldn't be identical to your existence.
Part of you being a retard in your essence, because I don't know why you're doing.
That actually isn't a part of my essence, but a part of your essence would be like having a mullet,
Sure.
a long nose. You said sure, yeah, okay, yeah, I know, yeah, good bitch. That would not be identical to your existence, because if it was identical to your existence, then that would mean that everybody's essence would just be pure existence itself. We know that's not the case because there's distinctions. For example, I'm tall and good looking, you're short, fat, and ugly. That would be a distinction between the me of you. Therefore, our essence would not be identical to our existence, because then we would just be pure existence in and of itself.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So obviously I was interjecting because.
Yeah, I know you're sorry.
Hello. Okay, beautiful. I don't know why you're spurting out.
Yeah.
Calm down. So
Nobody's
when it comes
spurting
to
out. What do you mean?
Hello. Okay, perfect, beautiful. So when you said that essence is what makes us up, in this sense, are you saying that there's some sort of like properties that are?
Whoa. So why am I being muted here?
Yeah, because you were obviously being a retard and speaking.
So did you just mute me?
No,
Why am I being muted by the debater?
I'm not muting you, you dumb fucking retard.
Then who muted me? Why am I being muted? Why is he getting mad? Oh no, he's getting mad. Oh no, he's spurting out. He's fucking retarded. Oh no.
Yeah, sure. Now can you repeat what I just said?
Can you not stutter, please?
Can you repeat what I just said?
Well, I mean, I couldn't hear everything of what you said. I just heard the first part because you started fucking yelling like a fucking retard. So, from what I heard, you asked me if by essence do I mean just a set of properties, and that's all I heard. Was that the entirety of your question?
A set of properties that is in accordance to us, that belongs to us. Do you agree with that?
I think somebody's essence or essence of anything would just be the conjunction of all the identifying features of that thing.
And identifying features would be? Are they properties? Is there another word
you
for
could
that?
call it that, sure. Just anything that you could say applies to something. So, like, for example,
go ahead.
You're in a Discord call. That would currently be part of your essence. You're sitting down. That would currently be part of your essence. You have a crooked back. That would be part of your essence. You're leaning forward. That would be part of your essence. Your nose is almost touching your monitor. That would be part of your current essence, etc. I'm just letting you know. I'm not trying to be rhetorical. I'm just letting you know what I mean.
No. That's fine. I understand that, right? So it seems to be the case that you're saying that we're gonna have like these sort of properties, right? I have a question. Would you say that properties have some sort of like ontological commitments?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, they ground like our nature, our being.
I don't think that we could exist without having. I mean, I don't think that me and you could exist as we are without our properties. Yeah, obviously.
Okay. Did you understand what the question was posing, or do I have to repeat it again? Maybe like your.
You said, do properties ground our nature, right? What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
No. I said
because when people use like dumb fuck language, like I'm not really like entirely like sure like what you mean. So
language, you're just dumb fucking retard that does not understand what a nigga's saying.
You just voice cracked.
Holy shit! Yes, I voice cracked. So what, nigga? You look like a fucking moron.
Yeah, so you just admitted it. Okay, cool. You voice cracked. Okay, cool.
Sure.
So, anyways, voice cracking that nigga.
Okay, nigga, I voice cracked.
What was your argument gonna be? What was your argument gonna be?
I'm attacking your I'm attacking the first thing.
Please try not to stutter that bad ever again. That was a really bad stutter. So what was your argument?
I'll keep stuttering. So what, nigga? I look better than you.
Yeah, that doesn't make you look tough. Yeah. I'll keep making myself look like an idiot. Yeah, okay, cool. So what's your argument?
Hello, I'm gonna continue.
Can you continue your dumb fuck argument, please?
Wait, do you think I was giving an argument? I'm attacking your definition of essence and what your grounds are.
You're attacking my definition of essence.
Alright, Focus. So I don't know if this is like a weird nervous tick that you have where you can't control yourself when someone is like.
Wait, so if you're attacking my definition of essence, what's the attack gonna be? It's all I'm asking. Like, you just.
I'm giving the because I'm asking your view. Does it seem I'm stuttering? Good. You're not attacking anything by saying.
Oh my god, bro. Yeah, we get it, stutter box. So what's your question? What's your question? What's your question?
I'll just like local mute, right? So basically, the question that I'm gonna want you to answer is is it the case that properties are ontologically committing, right? That was my question. And then you said, oh yeah, we won't seem to exist without these properties. Okay, would that be a yes?
Well, yeah, because I asked him what he means by ontological commitment, right?
Ontologically committing.
Okay, so I asked him what he means by ontological commitment, and he said some dumb shit. He stuttered in the middle, so it's kind of confusing. But what I heard him say was, oh, are we grounded? Do our properties ground our nature? And what I assumed that to mean was, do our properties make us exist or something like that? I wasn't very clear on what he said because one, he stopped midway, and two, he stuttered during the start. So can you please try to give another definition of what you mean by ontological commitment, this time without stuttering?
I'll keep stuttering. I don't think the stuttering
yeah, we know.
takes away anything from the substance.
He's trying to play it off because he actually stuttered within reality.
What it would mean by ontological commitment, it would just mean that our hypothesis, your hypothesis, commits you to X existence, their existence. Did you get that the first time, or do I need to keep stuttering so you maybe try?
Well, again, I think that you're just purposely stuttering to try to like play off your real stutters, and two, it's kind of hard to understand what you're saying when you're literally doing that, trying to be all rhetorical. And it's not very rhetorical, by the way.
I'll go slow. Maybe you'll understand it this time, right? So I'm
just this time without stuttering.
This time slow. This time slow, right? This time slow.
This time without stuttering. Actually.
Hello. Okay.
Speed isn't the issue. It's the stuttering issue.
I'll try not to stutter. Ontological commitment. Did you get those two words?
Ontological commitment. Yes, that's what you said.
Beautiful. Just means. Did you get those other two words?
No, I actually didn't.
Oh, okay. I'll repeat it again. So ontological commitment.
Good bitch.
Did we get that?
Yeah, good bitch. Better repeat yourself. Good bitch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I need to repeat myself because obviously you're not tracking. I'm doing.
No, because you're a good bitch and you're just saying dumb retarded shit while stuttering the whole time because you can't fucking speak correctly because you're retarded.
Did you get those two words?
Yeah. Anyways.
Did you get those two words? Ontological.
Wait. So buddy.
Ontological commitment.
Can you give an argument without stuttering?
Ontological commitment. Did you get those two words? Beautiful.
Yes, because that time you actually didn't stutter for the first time.
Beautiful. Ontological commitment just means your hypotheses. Did you get that line?
No, I actually didn't.
Oh, okay. I'll repeat it again. Ontological.
Yeah, good bitch. Better repeat yourself.
Your hypotheses. Did you get that line?
It means my hypothesis.
But did you get it right? Like you're typing it in.
Is that what you said? You said ontological commitment means my hypothesis.
No. Are you listening? Ontological commitment means your hypotheses commits you to their existence. Do you agree or disagree?
My hypothesis commits me to their existence.
Yes, I'll repeat it again.
Okay, finally, this time he actually didn't stutter. Okay, cool. How does this lead into your argument?
I just want to like maybe guide you why these questions are being asked. What did you think was the first thing I asked you when I asked about ontological commitments or groundings in ontology about properties? What do you think is the goal?
Again, you stuttered pretty much the whole time, and then you tried to be rhetorical by fake stuttering the whole time, which probably half of it wasn't even fake stuttering. You're probably just really stuttering because you're a fucking stutter box. So again, it's pretty hard to understand what the fuck you're saying.
No, calm down. I have a genuine question for everyone that's in this stage. I stuttered numerous times. Did anyone not understand anything I said except Fokus and his retarded roommates?
Yeah, even though I'm pretty sure like half the niggas can come up on the stage and literally like you can ask them to say what you said and they would not actually understand it.
Everybody understood what I said. Why is it that you and your retarded clan are
Okay, go ahead and repeat what you said and explain how it attacks my argument.
Okay. How many times? The fifth time I have to explain it to you? Again?
Hurry up, son.
Okay, perfect.
This time without being a fucking retard.
The fifth time. Oh, I'm the retard even though you're not tracking this. Beautiful. So
basically, I literally am tracking, but you're just stuttering everywhere like a fucking retard because you're a fucking imbecile.
You're bringing it? Yeah, sure. So I'm gonna explain to the audience basically what was the goal of these questions, right? It was simply to like talk about properties in the sense that I wanted to see and lay out why it can't be the case that I could just simply maybe be a deflationist about properties. Maybe it just seems to be that I don't think that these properties are the type of thing that have any sort of ontological grounding, and maybe they're just some sort of like descriptor of the sort. And if it is the case that there are just some sort of descriptors, I don't think I have to agree to it being some sort of metaphysically bounding thing that we actually have to worry about. So,
okay.
Now with that, right, the purpose of the questions, what is going to be your argument for why it's the case that I can't be a deflationist about properties?
Okay, what do you mean by deflationist about properties? Go ahead.
Do I have to repeat the
Oh,
entire
stun
thing?
lock now. Oh no, stun
Hold on,
lock
hold
now.
on,
Okay,
hold on,
cool.
hold on,
Anyways,
hold on,
I just
hold
wanted
on.
to see if you could
Focus.
define it. No, I know. I
Hold
just
on,
want to see if you could
focus.
define
No,
it.
no,
But anyways,
no,
right?
no, 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 no,
So
no,
I'm just gonna resend the
blunder.
argument just for why my
Blunder.
argument is get deleted. Like
Blunder.
what?
You're that's a fucking blunder.
I just wanted to see if you
explained
can give me the.
nigga. I gave you. Why can't I just be a deflationist about properties if you're positing in your arguments that it seems to be the case that properties are gonna have ontological grounding? Why can't I just be a deflationist? Can you actually attack that? And the fact that you said, what do
Oh
you
wait,
mean
why
by
am I
that?
being muted? But why am I being muted by the debater? Why am I being muted by the debater?
Hold on.
Then who
Show
muted
audio
me?
log.
Why am I
Hold
being
on, show-
muted?
Matter of fact,
I don't
can show
agree to
audio
being
log
muted,
right
by
now.
the way.
I'll show him right now.
No,
I don't agree to being
so
muted,
hold
by
on.
the way.
I'm not sure who muted you, but I'm
Okay,
just making.
relax. Because like the nigga kept talking.
And
about
again,
it,
I know he explained what he meant, but I want him to give the actual definition, and then he stuttered over his words. It's entirely fine if he doesn't know the actual definition of what he's saying. But anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and
Hold on.
explain why your argument is fucking retarded, right? So, do you agree that me and you were distinct from each other?
I don't understand the question.
Do you agree that me and you were different?
Distinct in what? Different in what sense? That seems too. Can
In any type of way whatsoever.
what the fuck? That doesn't tell
Do
me.
we have different identities? Do we have different identities?
different identities? I mean,
Yeah.
it does seem to be the case that my psychological profile would differ from yours. Sure.
Okay, so is that not a distinct property
It would
in
be
the way that I gave property?
it wouldn't necessarily be like an ontological grounding in the sense that you're saying it, right? I'm just simply saying.
Wait, no. All I mean by property, right, is just any identifiable thing about anybody
Okay, do you hold on?
or anything.
Hold on, focus. Are you tracking? If I'm telling you that.
Yes,
this is
I am
just gonna be-
tracking.
Okay, if you're tracking, then you wouldn't give me this example, right? So obviously you're not tracking. It seems to be the case that what you're trying to give me, right, is to give me some sort of metaphysical, ontological grounding with properties, and I'm rejecting this. I'm simply saying they can just be seen as descriptors. Now, why is it the
Okay.
case? I'm committed.
Okay, cool. Wait. But if it's a descriptor, right, then what it describes within reality would actually be a real thing, considering you disagreed that me and you seem to have different psychological states from each other. So it would be a real thing that these properties describe within reality. Dumb fuck. Holy fucking shit. So you just conceded that properties do exist and there are distinctions within properties.
Because that doesn't follow.
Yes, it
Do you
does.
think
Yes, it
difference-
does. How does it not follow? Go ahead.
Do you think difference entails essentialism? This is your
Wait,
argument.
what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
what do you
How does
mean
that
what
all
I'm-
defeat what I just said? How does that defeat what I just
what
said?
I'm
Holy
talking
fucking
about?
shit. You are literally fucking embarrassing yourself horribly on this
How am I
stage,
embarrassing
right?
myself?
So you are literally saying, right, oh, I don't think that properties are ontologically grounded. You just said that they're
Yes.
descriptors, right? But if they're descriptors of something within reality, then it would be the case, right, that properties do exist and there are distinct properties from each other, which would mean that my P2 would be granted. Dumb fuck.
Hold on. Exist in the sense that you're positing it. You're positing it in a metaphysical / ontological grounding. I'm already rejecting this, right? I already told you that it doesn't seem to be the case that based on your argument, I had to commit myself to talk about anything relating to essentialism, because I hope you know you are talking about essentialism in your argument. You agree with this, right?
I'm talking about essentialism. Go ahead and define essentialism real quick. Oh yeah, look at him, stun lock. Anyways, dumb fuck. Anyways, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, stupid bitch. Anyways, back to what I was saying, right?
Down, nigga. I want to push to the top. The fuck? Define essentialism.
Push to the talk, dumbass nigga. Anyways, he just got stun locked. That was really bad. Okay, cool. Anyways, now that you just got stun locked in front of everybody on the stage and you try to lie about being on push to talk because you were trying to think with your fucking finger on your skull, dumb fuck. Let's just go ahead and go back to the argument, dumb fuck. You're trying to use all these big words to be all cool in front of the audience and be flashy. That is not flashy at all. All I am saying, which you conceded to, by the way, which you conceded to, all I'm saying is that we have different identifying features from each other, dumb fuck, which you agreed to because you said that me and you have a different psychological state from each other. If we have a different psychological state, then we have two separate identities. If we have two separate identities, then there is a distinction between us. If there is a distinction between us, then we have distinct properties. Therefore, our existence is not identical to our properties. Dumb fuck. Anyways, so now that you just got bitched on the fucking stage, do you have any more dumb fuck arguments that you want to concede on just like the last one?
Can you please mute him? Can you please, like, this guy's actually speaking open. I'm trying to make a point. Okay, perfect. So apparently for some reason Focus still hasn't realized, right, how he's horribly losing the conversation. And I'm just going to simply lay it down like I'm talking to a 5-year-old, right? So the reason that I am asking if there's any sort of ontological grounding in the conversation about properties is because the argument that he's positing has to have, well, it does have shades of essentialism, right? The attack that I'm giving is that I have no reason to accept his view because it seems to be the case that the one that I am giving has less ontological commitments. And I'm pretty sure that we all know that if a theory, and I hope that no one disagrees with this, if a theory has less ontological commitments, right, it seems to be more theoretically virtuous. This is like obviously basic parsimony. What I was explaining, right, about the thing of difference entailing essentialism before he rudely interrupted is that I don't think, and unless he supports this, right, I don't think difference entails essentialism. I can see, matter of fact, I could be a deflationist about properties, and I could be a mereological nihilist right now. Like, what are you gonna do? What's gonna be your response if I take those two views? What? And you can, and you and me, you gave an example, right? You, Focus, me, Pucci, can have distinct properties under deflationism, but that doesn't give a difference in ontology or own existential qualification. So I don't know why you're saying, why you gave the example of, do you think me, you and I have like different properties? And I said, oh yeah, I mean, I guess we will have a different psychological profile, right? This is the description of it, but this isn't giving me anything about its existence in the ontological sense. You can unmute him now, and hopefully, I want you to attack the most important part, which is the fact that I could be a deflationist about properties and a mereological nihilist in the sense that difference doesn't necessarily entail essentialism. Go ahead. Take your time, by the way. You can.
Okay. Anyways, right? I do not agree to be. Actually, unmute him. I don't agree to any type of muting within this whole debate. If I get muted again, I will leave this discussion, right? Because I'm fucking body slamming.
Focus. Hold on. Focus. Pucky. Focus. Okay. So I thought you guys agreed. No, I thought Apollo had you guys agree that to come on the stage, it would be moderated. All right, go ahead.
I never once said that.
Focus, just to be clear, right? Let's not be dishonest, okay? So what happened was in the feed show, right? I clarified that the conditions for either of you guys getting muted is literally if there's over talking to the point where the conversation becomes messy. And I said I'll be moderating.
I didn't hear you say that because I was listening to a clip that Gerby sent me in my DMs. I don't agree to being muted. But anyways, you can unmute him as well. But back to what I was saying, right? So if you're going to say, right, that, okay, you agree that there's descriptors, but you don't agree that it actually exists within reality, then, okay, cool. That doesn't actually even defeat my view within reality, right? That would actually you being conceding, because my definition of God is simply just a being whose essence is identical with its existence, dumb fuck. Anyways, so even if you think that there is no distinct properties or no distinct identities whatsoever within reality, it would still be the case that my God would be positive within reality. It would actually be you conceding even more, right? Dumb fuck. Because if you agree that existence is a thing, then you would also agree that my God is a thing, because that is what I define my God to be, which you should have asked me at the start of the debate, dumb fuck, but you didn't, because you're a fucking retard. So anyways, right, back to the other dumb fuck retarded thing you said. You said that, oh well, if a view posits less propositions, then it is more probable than a view that posits more propositions. I'm gonna ask you to justify that, right? But I also want to give my own positive argument as to why that's fucking retarded, because if you have a view that posits less possible or positive propositions, it would also be positing more negative propositions, and the negative propositions would basically just be the other views propositions being false. Dumb fuck. Holy fucking shit. For example, let's say we have two views, right? One view only posits one positive proposition, the other view posits 10 positive propositions. Now you might say, oh well, one has one proposition, the other one has 10. If the other one that only posits one positive proposition, right, also negates the other 9 propositions, that is still 10 propositions. The only difference is that 9 of them are negative, dumb fuck. So they would actually be equally as probable, you fucking moron. So again, you conceded, and you also just got fucking body slammed on why your shitty dog shit view of probability is fucking retarded. So go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna like push conclusions. Like I don't understand if this guy thinks that what he just did right now is like actually making him look good. So what I'm just gonna do is that I'm gonna sure. I'm glad you think that's a concession, and I'm super sure the chat agrees with you.
Are you gonna give an argument?
Yeah. I'm gonna give the conclusion, right? Because you weren't attacking anything I said. But
wait, you're giving me a conclusion?
Yeah. What?
So you're just not gonna attack what I just said? Okay, cool.
Wait. Hold on. I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
This is like a genuine question from the heart.
Fuck your question, faggot.
Calm down. Hey, calm down. I understand you're mad because you're looking horrible in front of your girlfriend.
I don't answer low tier questions, by the way.
Calm down, son.
I don't answer low tier questions from shitters, by the way.
Son, calm down. Okay. All right. Do you think that when I told you about the difference between descriptors and ontological grounding, and you saying that descriptors are still in accordance to reality, that it would answer the question on how descriptors would be ontological, they would be grounding in the ontological.
I already explained how even if we take the presupposition that properties or the descriptors of the properties wouldn't actually apply to reality, it would still posit my God existing. So just go ahead and give your shitty ass conclusion.
It would still posit essentialism, which is based on your argument.
It would still posit my God existing, which is what I said.
It would still posit essentialism, which is based on your argument, which is the two views that negate your.
You know that? Wait, does he think that my argument? Does he think that it's necessary for my argument that properties have to objectively exist within reality? Is he fucking retarded? Does he actually think that's part of my argument? Does he think that's a necessary condition to fulfill the conclusion of my argument?
This is beautiful. I'll just conclude.
Is he fucking retarded?
Thank you for saying that, Focus. Thank you very much. So I'll just.
Oh my God, he's stupid.
No. That's fine, bro. That's fine, bro. So I'll conclude super quick. So for everyone that was watching this debate, right, it seems pretty clear that this guy could not even understand the possibilities of the negations that I could.
I'm not done, by the way, so I'm not giving my conclusion. You can just give your conclusion.
We're concluding.
All right, I'm just clarifying. You're saying we're concluding. You're concluding. I'm not concluding, by the way.
If you don't want to conclude,
no, we're not, buddy.
That's fine. But I'm already dropping my conclusion. You're not tracking.
I mean, you can drop your conclusion. That's entirely fine. But I still fucking body slammed you, right? You didn't actually give a rebuttal to what I said, right? So, anyways, right, I was actually gonna give another argument just to fucking body slam you again. So let me just give that argument before you give your dumb fuck conclusion, and hopefully you won't be a fucking idiot this time, right? And try to push conclusions way too fucking early before you get slammed on your head. Right? Anyway, so back to what I was saying. One, you didn't even refute what I said, right, about the ontological parsimony thing, so you got fucking body slammed on that point. And second of all, right, as I said, right, via the laws of logic existing, we know that existence is a thing, right? All I'm positing with my God is that existence in and of itself, right, that's all God is. God is just essence being identical with existence, meaning that my God is just pure existence. If right, you were trying to give an argument, or you think that anything exists whatsoever, if you were giving a word and you think those words have meaning, then the words exist and the meaning must exist of the words. If anything you think exists at all, right, exists, then that would posit my God, because all my God is just pure existence. So my God is basically just existence. The laws of logic exist. Every word that you try to bring out within this argument, you are presupposing exists. If something exists, right, which you would have to agree to in order to actually give an argument, right, then it is the case that my God exists. Okay, cool.
All right. So we're just, since apparently you're very scared about to go.
Yeah, you just stuttered like a billion times because you know damn well I just slammed you on your head.
I did stutter, so I'm gonna continue with substance instead of abusing rhetoric. So
how is that abusing rhetoric?
Yes. Okay, beautiful. So basically, what I'm saying is that you asked me to attack the parsimony point, which actually that's fine. I'll just like give myself more bonus points by actually being educated on something that you do not know, right? So it seems to be the case that when we're talking about parsimony, right, at least in the basic sense, we're talking about which theory can explain something in a more relevant sense without positing unnecessary ontological commitments. Right, this is basically what would be ontological parsimony, correct? So, hold on, let me remove the alt button really quick. All right, so do you agree with this following statement? We're gonna go from here, like a little 5-year-old. If hypothesis 1 and hypothesis 2 state data in observation O, did you listen to anything I said? Unmute, because I need to make sure you're tracking.
We know, dumb fuck. We know what you're saying. But again, I already slammed you on it because I said, oh my God, dumb fuck. I know what parsimony is, you fucking retard. Holy fucking shit.
Why?
Yeah, your argument is fucking terrible and it's already insufficient, you dumb fuck. So I want you to go ahead and give an argument against this specifically. If we have two hypotheses and one posits one proposition and the other one posits 10 positive propositions, right? Then which one do you think is more probable? I'm guessing you're going to be a dumb fuck. You're going to say the one that only posits one positive proposition because you're not taking into account all the negative propositions that are being posited.
Hold on. What the fuck? Okay, one, what do you mean by a positive proposition? And two, are these propositions?
I mean, a positive proposition is stating that something is the case. Saying that X is truth in reality. A negative proposition is saying that not X is truth in reality, dumb fuck. So for example, right, we have two hypotheses. One of them has 10 positive propositions stating that X is true, Y is true, R is true, etc. And then we have one hypothesis which only states that X is true, but they both explain the same thing equally, right? If you take the second hypothesis that only has one positive proposition, then you would also have 9 negative propositions saying that not Y, not R, etc. Dumb fuck. Holy shit. So they would be equally as probable as each other.
Hold on. First of all, like I was never talking about negative propositions, right? My hypothesis isn't talking about negative propositions. Do you think it is?
No, you dumb fuck. But I'm saying that if you were to say a hypothesis is more probable because it posits less propositions, then that argument would still have the negative propositions being presupposed in the background. Because if you're saying that something is simpler, you're claiming that this thing has less propositions, then you would be saying that the other propositions that the other one has that this hypothesis is lacking would be false. So that is still stating a false proposition.
Hold on, calm down, focus. How is me saying less propositions entail negative propositions?
Oh my god, yes. Okay, cool. If you have two...
I can clarify
right,
what
ahead.
Focus is. Just to be clear, I can't believe he's actually using this response. So what he's saying, Pucci, is because you're basically establishing that his position would require more ontological commitments. That means for any ontological commitment that he would have, there would be a corresponding positive existential proposition for said ontological commitment. Now, he's stating that for any hypothesis which negates those ontological commitments, the negation would basically result in an individuation of negative existential propositions. And so, even if it is the case that one position has more ontological commitments, it is the case that the sort of propositions that we would say is higher than the opposing hypothesis would be equal out, or would be because they cancelled out based off the fact that the opposing hypothesis would be asserting negative existential propositions to negate the existence of the hypothesis, which has more ontological commitments. Was I audible? Was I audible?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. So again, just to put it in simple terms for Pucci, because he probably didn't understand jack fucking shit that Apollo said because he's a low tier, right? If you say that this hypothesis is more probable because it posits one positive proposition than another hypothesis because that one posits 5 positive propositions, right? It would still have the same amount of propositions because you were claiming that, okay, this one proposition is true and the other 4 are false, meaning that it is the same amount of propositions except yours has 4 negative ones and mine would have 4 positive ones.
Holy shit, the thing is, this was fucking included in the argument that I was giving about the basic parsimony thing, right? But obviously you interrupted and you said, oh, I understood parsimony, but you didn't even...
Wait. But you literally said... said a viewer hypothesis that posits less propositions or less positive propositions is more probable than one that posits more.
Oh my god. Okay, look. Listen, I gave you the definition of parsimony, right? I was giving you an argument, for why the more parsimonious hypothesis would be the more favorable one. You didn't let me
give an example of a more parsimonious hypothesis with comparison to a less parsimonious hypothesis. Go ahead.
All right, so there's a watch thrown in the forest, and the police are investigating on what was the result of this watch appearing, and there are 2 possible hypotheses. One is that a random middle-aged man just got hit by a branch and it just fell off and he didn't notice. The other hypothesis is that 10 aliens came from Jupiter and they dropped it there.
Yeah, that would actually be equally as probable because if you were to say that the one where the man just got hit by a branch and he fell into the water, if you were going to say that that is true, then that would also, right, have the same amount of propositions as the alien one because that would also be positing that within this hypothesis that aliens did not come down, aliens did not abduct this man, and the watch did not fall off him while the aliens were picking him up to abduct him. So it would actually just posit the same amount of propositions.
Alright, so I have a genuine question. Would you agree with saying that if you're saying that both of these are equally probable, you're committing to saying that whatever happened in the hypothesis, it would exist, and I'll explain myself. So if, for example, when we're talking about aliens, do you think you're committed to saying that if it's the case that this theory, right, this hypothesis is equally probable, that we are committed to saying that aliens would exist?
Well, yes, of course you would be saying that aliens do exist within the hypotheses that aliens came down and abducted them. Yeah, which is just another proposition, right?
Yes, do you think that's
because you're saying... Wait, do you think what's intuitive? That aliens exist or aliens don't exist? Yes, obviously if you're positing a hypothesis where an alien comes down and abducts somebody, you're saying that aliens do exist.
Hold on. Do you think it's intuitive to say that it is equally probable that 10 aliens came down? 10 aliens that exist, right? And when we talk about existence, we're talking about it in the ontological sense, that they're actually grounded, right? They came and dropped a watch.
It's intuitive to me, yes. It's intuitive to me, yes.
Oh, it's intuitive to you.
Yes.
Right?
I just explained to you why. You didn't actually attack the argument.
Hold on. Re-explain why you thought that was intuitive to you.
Yeah, okay, cool, right? Because it equally explains the other one where the branch comes down and hits the nigga on the head and the nigga falls down and his watch falls into a lake or whatever the fuck you said, right? It would posit the same amount of propositions. I think that both of them are actually very intuitive, but if they posit the same amount of propositions, then either one could be the case. So I find both of them to be very intuitive.
What I said about the branch was simply that he was walking by the tree and the arm, right? It went through.
Whatever you said. Both of those hypotheses to me are equally probable because they posit the same amount of propositions. That's why it's intuitive to me.
Okay, so then if you're gonna argue that the whole thing about the aliens, right? You brought up about negative existential properties. If you're gonna argue that the hypothesis regarding the negation of the aliens and the adding of these additional entities, because you already agree with me, and that's why I asked, right? That if it's the case that we grant them equal probability, they would exist in the sense, right? It would equal out the parsimony. I would just say that like it's not gonna be accurate. Did you understand when I started?
Wait, what do you mean? Wait. How is it not going to be accurate when all I'm saying is that they're both just equally probable based on the propositions?
Listen. That's why I'm saying that I'm going to continue, but I have to make sure because I stuttered on the accurate that you at least got that. So in the theory 2, which we agree, we're going to name theory 2 the one about the alien. It's still going to be making more positive claims, right?
Yeah, more positive, but the other one's just making equal amount of negative ones. So it's the same. Doesn't matter.
Wait. The one about the branch is making equal negative ones to the 10 aliens.
It's making an equal amount of propositions, except those propositions are just negative.
Okay, it's making an equal amount of propositions, even though those of them are negative. Explain that.
That's
How
what I
is it making
said.
an equal amount of,
Yes, cool. Because if a hypothesis posits that a man falls or a branch hits somebody, falls into a river, then it is also saying that it is the case that the reason why he fell or his watch fell into the river is because he fell over and the watch fell off his arm into the river. That's why that is the case. But it is saying that it is not the case that aliens came down and then picked him up and then flew him to space or whatever, and then the watch fell off his arm and then landed in the lake, right? So your hypothesis is saying that aliens did not do all that, did not come down, did not put the watch in the lake, but it is saying that it is the case that, this way simpler thing happened with, less positive propositions than the alien one, but the one that the aliens came down and put the watch inside of the lake is still positing the same amount of propositions. They're just positive because it's saying that it is positively true that aliens did come down. There was 10 aliens. They did come down, put the watch in the lake, which is, again, the same thing. It's just saying that it positively did happen.
Okay, yeah. So, all right. After you attack this, like it's just sad that we have to conclude because, like I said, I just feel like you're shadow boxing most of the time, but it's fine, right?
How?
So, calm down. All right. So when you
Just a
do
dumb
you
fuck
agree
statement. Like what? What are you shadow boxing, retard?
Beautiful. I'm super sure the chat like thinks exactly as
Yeah,
you
you stuttered while trying to be rhetorical.
Yeah,
that was embarrassing. So go ahead.
I did stutter. If I could play back the recording and see how much times you pointed out that I stuttered instead of actually attacking with substance, like it would not.
I'm not saying your argument is wrong because you stuttered. I'm just saying you stuttered and I attacked your argument with substance.
Focus. When did I ever say that you said something about my
Okay, then why the
argument?
fuck are you bringing it up? Like, who cares then?
Please. No. Listen, right? You're obviously not tracking, and it's sad
Okay,
that you're
cool.
not even tracking.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Point.
So anyways, what is going to be your rebuttal to what I just said?
Sorry. I have to make sure that I'm pointing these things out before I actually, continue with the thing, right? I'm saying that you, instead of actually focusing on substance, you're pointing out irrelevant shit. Who cares if I stuttered, nigger? Like,
why can I not do both at the same time? Wait. Why can I not body slam your argument and point out that you stuttered, dumb fuck? What's the issue with that?
I haven't done it, and obviously you seem intimidated by me for some reason.
Who's intimidated, dumb fuck?
Obviously
What the
you.
fuck is he talking about?
Weird.
You were probably the least intimidating nigga of all time. Bro, you have a Mario profile picture. Your name is Pucci, and you sound like a skinny white nigga with skinny glasses. You are not intimidating nobody. You are a bitch. You were probably the most bitch nigga in this stage. Let me find another bitch nigga in the stage. Hold up.
Really?
That Prince nigga's a pretty good contender, but I'll say out of this whole stage, you are probably the most amount of a bitch in this whole stage. You do not intimidate me, loser.
All right, chill, bro, chill.
Now, nigger, right? So
Nigger, that's so funny. Nigger.
I said nigger. You got a problem? Like, I'm black. I'm probably blacker than you, nigger. The fuck up with you? Anyway, so so we're gonna continue, right, and give like actual substance, right? So I need to make sure that we're clear on this one very thing. And if you shadow box again, I'm pushing for conclusion. Parsimony, right? I'm gonna go very slow. Like I said, I'm guiding you. I'm holding your hand because you're my little 5-year-old. Parsimony is in focus on only counting propositions singularly, right? I started there. Horrible, right? Whatever. It's simply the minimization or the absence of these ontological commitments. This is a more expanded version. I explained it earlier that I was just simply saying it's probably more favorable to choose the view that has less ontological commitment. Okay, it minimizes these ontological commitments. What you're talking about, negative existential propositions, right? And this simply just entails in layman's term, this does not exist. That's a negative existential. Okay, cool. That's not an ontological commitment. You're not you're not committing yourself to there's no ontology there to be committed to. You're simply just denying the ontological commitment, right? So if it's the case, a theory, a hypothesis with these negative existentials, which I already explained, aren't ontological commitments. They're simpler simply because they're not adding new entities into the ontology. Okay, beautiful. Now focus. The reason I called out shadow boxing and the reason I'm going so slow is because I know you're going to spurg out and try to jargon and then just give absolutely nothing of substance, is because your argument seems to treat these negative existentials as if they were additional commitments, which is what you said earlier with when I asked you, like, okay, why do you think that it's the case that it's equally probable if they're the example of the middle-aged man with the 10 aliens, right? There seems to be a reason on why your argument is treating these negative existentials as if they're additional commitments, but they're not. They're not additional commitments. They're simply denial of them. They're negating them. They're minimizing them. Cool. These are simply assertions that they don't exist, right? This is like default state of knowledge. So if negative existentials minimize this thing, they eliminate this thing, then it seems to be the case that positive existentials are going to expand our ontology, right? If this is expanded, it's going to require some sort of justification, right? Because now it's not that you're denying it, right? You're not denying it, you're positing it, right? You're giving it a commitment that you actually need to justify, right? They don't equally explain the data like you said. They don't. Because one of them simply denies it's not adding ontological commitments, but the other one is, right? It's inflating the ontological commitments. So, to keep it short, this view of parsimony that I'm giving on your talk, right, about how I would prefer the view with less ontological commitments, it does indeed raise the probability, and the example I gave, it wouldn't be equal probability because negative existentials are generally more probable due to the fact that they don't expand on ontological commitments, like this was already said, right? And then this is super simple. We can use it in, like, let's say in a, what's the word for this? We can use this in real life, bro. This is seen in science, scientific theories, dude. When we talk about, like, maybe the scientific method, we can use it this way. They're evaluated on evidence, right? They're not going to be evaluated on what we were talking about of negative exit. How are they going to be evaluated on something that doesn't exist, right? Parsimony is a guiding principle to these things. So if you're going to commit yourself to say that because I'm accepting these negatives, because for example, I'm saying that, like, oh, the middle-aged man falling down on his watch falls is more probable than the aliens one, and you say, oh yeah, but the thing is that the middle-aged man has negative existential. I'm not adding. It can't be equally probable if I'm not adding ontological commitments. And you have your rebuttal now. Attack the key point, which is negative existentials don't add ontological commitments. And if you shadowbox or if you attack
oh my god, bro, y'all let this nigga talk for too damn long.
Yes.
Bro, why are y'all muting me to let this faggot nigga talk? Yo, mute this nigga, bro. Mute this nigga. The fuck is he on muted for? Fuck wrong with this nigga? Okay, anyways, right? He's a fucking retard because he literally just said, oh, it doesn't add any ontological commitments, but then he said, oh, it's just assertions that these things do not exist. Dumb fuck, holy shit. That in and of itself is a ontological commitment. You are ontologically committing to these things being false, you fucking retard. Now, you were just saying, oh yeah, but these things posit less positive ontological commitments. It does not matter. if it has an equal amount of ontological commitments, aka propositions, right? Because I'm pretty sure you can use them in the same exact context synonymously if you use them in the same way that I'm using them, right? Which is basically just asserting that X is the case or X is not the case. They would still be equal because they posit the same exact amount of propositions and ontological commitments. You dumb fuck. Just because it's a negative ontological commitment does not mean that it does not count towards the amount of ontological commitments. It's still a ontological commitment. It is just a negative one. Dumb fuck. It is still asserting a truth within reality, and that truth within reality is basically just saying, right, that it is true that this is false. It is true that it is false that aliens did not come down and drop a watch into the river. Dumb fuck. Holy fucking shit. You have not attacked that shit whatsoever. You are getting fucking body slammed. They deny it. Yes, they deny it, bro. They deny that X is true, meaning that they're saying it is false.
All right, beautiful. So we're just gonna
now again. No, I was not done, faggot. The fuck, retard. Who was done, bitch?
Go ahead, queer. Go ahead, queer.
Anyways, shut the fuck up, bitch. All right, back to what I was saying, right? If you have the same shitty dumb fuck analogy that he gave, right? He's saying, oh, it just denies the aliens came there, and it says that he fell into a river. It would still be committing to the fact that aliens did not come, which is still stating that it is a true fact that aliens did not come down and drop the watch into the river, and it is instead true that he simply just fell into the river. Dumb fuck. So again, it is still the same amount of simplicity. They are still equally, right, as simple and parsimonious as each other, because just because one posits less positive propositions, that does not mean that it is not positing less propositions in general. Dumb fuck. It is still positing the same amount of propositions, you fucking retard, i.e. ontological commitments. So just because it denies the existence of something, it is still a proposition saying that X is false, which is still a proposition whether or not it's positive or not. Dumb fuck. Do you have a actual rebuttal to what the fuck I just said? Yes or no?
Yeah, so I clearly, actually gave a rebuttal, but for some reason you shadowbox again. Look, this is what we're gonna in conclusions. I'm super sure that everybody that was watching this heard me unironically fucking refute this. But before we push for conclusions, we're just gonna give a quick rundown of the thing that he couldn't understand, right? Hopefully he agreed. Well, he has to agree to it. He's fucking muted, right? So if we say, and I'm gonna explain it's like a little baby, right? If we say X does not exist, we say that X does not exist. For that to be true, it doesn't require that X exists. We agree with that, right? I think that's pretty simple to understand. To require that X does not exist. Right? Oh, beautiful. Okay, beautiful. It's analytic. Beautiful. Right? It would require the exact opposite, right? The truth condition, if for the statement X does not exist, is true, it would be true if and only if there's no such entity as X anywhere whatsoever in reality, right? The truth value of this is contingent on the pure absence of X. It's not contingent on its presence, right? It doesn't need to find or refer to X to make its point, which is what I was saying with the whole thing about denial or absence. I don't know why you thought you actually attacked it. It was fucking shadowbox. This is simply a claim about what the world says about the category X. It has no instances there, okay? So, a quick example. Let's just say, let me see. I gave an example about a middle-aged man. Okay, let's put it this way. Think about this conversation about ontological commitments. Think of it as like a shopping cart. Let's say you go to fucking Amazon, right? You're going to a shopping cart. You have a list of things that need to go out, right? And purchase. Amazon works like that. Fucking e-commerce, right? If we say, let's buy aliens. Or let's say the hypothesis for the shopping cart says aliens are black. Black is going to be on the shopping list in this case, right? Is going to need to find the item, the aliens in the shopping list to be true, right? Okay, cool. But then if we say aliens are not black, right? there's gonna be nothing there, right? 'Cause what am I positing, right? There's no positive posit there. I'm not saying that these type of things. I'm not giving an assertion into their existence in an ontological grounding, which is the thing that I had to explain like 3 times, right? With this example, that's all I'm gonna say. Whatever Focus wants to say after, he can say it, but then after that, I'm concluding because I just know he's gonna shadowbox like he did for the past 2 rebuttals. You can unmute him, by the way.
Wow, so I just sat there muted for that long, even though this nigga literally stopped talking. So anyways,
I
right?
thought I liked on my back.
It's all good. This dumb fuck retarded bitch nigga, right, thinks that negative propositions do not need to be justified or do not count towards a proposition when it comes to parsimony. You are a fucking retard. Oh my god. Yes, he did. He literally said that aliens are not black. He said, okay, what am I positing there? I'm not positing anything by saying that aliens are not black. Yes, you are. You are saying that it is the case and it is true that aliens are not black. Holy fucking shit. That is still a proposition, dumbass. Just because you're saying that this is not the case, it would be labeled as a negative proposition, but it does assert something true within reality, so it would actually still be a positive proposition. Dumb fuck. Any proposition, whether being negative or positive, right, is still a positive proposition, meaning it asserts something to be true within reality. Dumb fuck. So do you have a actual rebuttal to that? Don't mute me. I want to hear his rebuttal to that basic ass argumentation that I just gave.
All right, so like I said, the clear commitment that I was giving for this debate is that if he didn't actually attack anything and he just shadowboxed, I'm pushing for conclusions. You didn't attack anything. So let's just like go over like what would be my set of conclusions. It seems pretty clear to me that even though I don't do this topic whatsoever.
So you're just not going to refute what I just said?
Yeah, I refute what I've already attacked like 2 times. Yeah, I'm not going to engage with it for a 3rd time. You don't.
So you're not going to refute the fact that I just said that even if you claim that something is false, meaning aliens are not black, it is still a ontological commitment because you are committing to the ontological commitment that aliens within reality are not black, which is a positive proposition still, even if it's a negative proposition because you're saying that X is false, right? You are still saying that it is true within reality that X is false.
That's fine, Justice Clan leader. So I'm just going to conclude, right?
Okay, cool. So he's not going to refute that. Okay, cool.
I already refuted it. I'm not doing it for the 3rd time.
You did not refute that, dumb fuck. You literally just said, oh, but it's not positing anything within reality because I'm just saying that, you know, X is false and aliens are not black. That's not positing anything. Yes, it is positing something, so that's just fucking retarded. But if you don't want to refute that, fine. We can just go to conclusions.
Positing non-existence, retard.
Go ahead and conclude. Go ahead and conclude. Go ahead and conclude, bitch.
Anyways. Yeah,
because
good bitch.
You know that saying the non-existence of something is still saying a true fact about reality, right? It's still claiming a fact about reality. It's still saying that this thing is true within reality.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ, this is horrible tracking error. So let's just conclude, right?
How is it horrible tracking? Wait, let me just go ahead and give an example, right? So if I were to say Apollo is not gay, that is still me positing something within reality because I'm saying the proposition Apollo is not gay is true. So it is true that Apollo is not gay. That is still a proposition, dumb fuck. It doesn't just all of a sudden not count as a proposition. And it's an ontological commitment, dumb fuck, because I'm ontologically committing to the fact that Apollo is not gay. That is still a ontological commitment whether or not you're saying that it is not true or true. Dumb fuck.
Alright, so we're just going to push for conclusions. He shadowboxed.
Wow, okay, GG's, bro. GG's. Yeah, give your shitty ass conclusion.
Yes.
Give your shitty conclusion. Hurry up.
Thank you. Oh, my shitty conclusion.
Hurry up, give your conclusion, you suck.
Your justice.
Hurry up, bitch.
Hey, calm down. You don't tell me what to do, son. Okay, calm down.
Hurry up.
We're gonna go, son. Again, I told you. You don't
hurry up, son. Hurry up.
Son.
You're not rhetorical. Shut up, bitch.
Son.
Yo, hurry up, faggot.
Son, do I have to like shave off that pedo stash to see if maybe you can calm down a bit?
Fuck. You need to shut your skinny chin hair ass up, ugly ass nigga.
As retard. Anyways, right?
Dropping your face in chat. PlayStation.
So I'm gonna continue. Yeah. So I'm gonna continue, right? And I'm gonna give my quick conclusion because, like, what time is it? It's 10 p.m. And the fact that I'm wasting my time with this dumb drooling retard on a topic that he supposedly mains, it's just like quite sad on my end. I had to maybe like find Jesus Christ, maybe. So. We started this debate talking about his view, right? I would be taking the negation. I didn't really care if it's like agnostic atheist or just atheist. He presented an argument. The first premise was an LEM usage, if I'm not mistaken. It was talking about essence and existence or whatever. Premise 2. Premise 2, though, says our essence is not identical to our existence, right? That's where it went down, right? That's where the whole debate was basically focused on, because I just simply wanted to refute the fact that I don't think that essence is this type of thing that when you base it off of properties, there's any sort of ontological grounding. I'm super sure you guys heard me spam the word ontological grounding, ontological commitment, blah blah blah, like numerous times. Like I think even I have embedded it in the back of my head. So after that, we went into a conversation about why it seems to be the case that if I am negating the view that he's giving, and if I'm simply just being a deflationist or maybe a mereological nihilist, it seems to be the case that my view is going to be more probable in the instance that it's more parsimonious when we're talking about ontological commitments, right? So he obviously refuted this, right? I give an example. I gave a middle-aged man walking down. No, there's a watch, and police find it, and they're thinking of the best explanation to like reach to like how the watch got there. One example is the middle-aged man walking down the forest, and he falls down on like a branch or whatever, and the watch, like, I don't know, disappears, whatever. And then the other example is like 10 aliens just coming from Jupiter and dropping it there. He made the claim that it has equal like explanation, right, in the terms of like parsimony, and I simply rejected it, right, because there's no sort, because when we come to talk about negative existential propositions, which he seemed to be very confused on, I didn't talk about it in the sense that it's adding an ontological commitment. It's simply saying it's negating that, right? It's minimizing it. And I use the word minimize because we actually have to speak to these retards in the sense that we're speaking to a 5-year-old, so maybe they track the conversation. So if Fokus thinks he won, which obviously he does because he's a dumb cuck drooler and he needs his ego to be good in front of his retarded Isla girlfriend, then I can definitely grant him that win. I don't think that it was obviously going to be the case that it is true within our concept of reality that he won this debate, but the fact that he thinks that I'm committed to talking about how negative existentials have ontological commitments, even though I refuted it 2 times with 2 fucking examples about aliens and unicorns, right? Then there's something going on, not even my fault. And I'm just going to end my conclusions by saying, right, that when we talk about a concept, and by concept, we can say aliens or unicorns, right? We're going to use these 2 words. When we talk about a concept, this doesn't imply ontological commitment. It doesn't imply ontological commitment to the concept that we're talking about. We're just committed to the concept and words in our sort of language, right? This is simply a linguistic tool. It's not saying we're grounding it, right, in a sort of ontological sense. Right? It would be absurd to say that whatever word we're using, we're grounding them, right? In a sense of like they're in an existence, in the sense that, like, for example, maybe I exist. It doesn't make sense. With that, I'm just gonna mute up. You can give your conclusions. Try to see if you can convince like the audience that is obviously in my favor, and maybe I can give like dick to your.
That was probably the worst conclusion I've ever seen. Why is he not muted? Why is he not muted? Server mute this nigga. Server mute this nigga. So why y'all not server muting this nigga? What's up? Now I want this nigga server muted. Yo, server mute this nigga. Why is he not server muted? Okay, cool. Anyways, this nigga is a fucking dog shit loser. So let me give a proper conclusion, right? Because he gave a shitty dog shit conclusion that didn't actually address anything. So my definition for God, which I said in the debate, was, right, a being whose essence is identical to its existence. Meaning that being is just existence, right? I just defined God as existence, which he didn't have a rebuttal to the whole debate whatsoever. I then said, right, the laws of logic exist, right, which he didn't refute at all. He actually used the laws of logic within his debate, right? And I said any words that you try to give or any argument you try to give presupposes the existence of something, right? Just anything at all, which would literally justify my God does exist, right? I gave that argument within the debate. He did not refute it. Not a singular rebuttal whatsoever to that at all, right? And then we start talking about ontological parsimony. Now this dumb fuck idiot retard, right? He said, okay, well, if we have 2 hypotheses and one of them posits less positive propositions or positive ontological commitments, then it is the case, right, that one is more probable, right? But if you take another hypothesis, right, which is the 10 aliens hypothesis that he gave, right, he's saying that is less probable because it posits more entities such as 10 aliens, an alien spaceship, or whatever other entities that it posits more, right? Okay, cool. Now, I would agree that one posits more positive propositions, but if you take the negative argument, which is that the man just fell into the river, right, it would still be ontologically committing that aliens did not come down, which is still saying that it is true within reality that aliens did not come down and drop the watch inside of the river. So he is a fucking idiot. He said, okay, well, if you give a negative ontological commitment, or you give a negative assertion or negative proposition, it's not adding any more propositions and it's still parsimonious. That literally is not the case whatsoever, because I already gave an example with the Apollo thing. If I say proposition Apollo is not gay, right, that would be a negative ontological commitment, because I'm committing, right, that Apollo is not gay within reality. The proposition Apollo is not gay would be true. I would be committing to that. This nigga is fucking retarded as fuck. He gave no type of argument to that, by the way. I literally said and gave arguments for over and over for the fact that even negative propositions and negative ontological commitments would still be propositions, right? Thus would not make it more parsimonious to have less negative propositions, right? Or my bad, less positive propositions, because even if you have less positive propositions, you're still positing an equal amount of propositions in totality, but they would just be negative as opposed to positive. He did not attack that whatsoever. All he said was, oh yeah, but if I say that an alien is not black, that's not positing anything. Yes, it is. You are positing that the alien within reality is not black or is a different color from black. Dumb fuck. That is still a proposition. It is still a ontological commitment. I don't know how many times I have to drill it in front of your fucking head a billion times. Holy shit. Okay, that's my conclusion. By the way, I don't agree to any type of judges from this server. This server is entirely biased. I'm not agreeing to any type of judges from this server. We can conclude to the recording. He got fucking slammed in this debate. Niggas ran circles around him. He was coughing the whole time because he has low tier itis. He's fucking trash. Holy shit. Possibly the worst nigga ever. That's probably that nigga's probably worse than the Pachouse guy. That's why you don't want judges.
Nigga said low tier itis.
Yeah, that nigga has low tier itis. That's why he was coughing all the fucking time. Yo, Apollo, I have a question. Yo, Apollo.
Yo.
If I were to say Apollo is not gay, that would be a negative proposition, but would it not also be asserting something positive within reality? And that is saying that Apollo is not gay. Is that not still an ontological commitment to say that Apollo is not gay? Sounds like an ontological commitment to me. I think this nigga just can't track because he's fucking stupid. Somebody send the rec. I'm gonna post that. That nigga is pure garbage. Hey, yo, Gerby, you there? Hey, bring some niggas on the stage too.
Are you gonna upload it in your?
Dumbass nigga. The nigga came in here and tried to be rhetorical and instantly stuttered and made himself look like a fucking retard. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You just got slammed, nigga. How the fuck you feel, bitch? Came in here stuttering and shit. Dumbass nigga. What's up?
So when a nigga says Apollo is not gay, do you think the speaker commits itself to existence of Apollo or gayness?
When somebody says Apollo is not gay, they are literally just saying that it is true. Yes, they are saying that it is not true that Apollo is gay, and that is a positive proposition.
Yeah, sorry.
So, do you think that an ontological commitment is not made by a statement theory that asserts the existence of something?
What do you mean?
Yeah,
He's
so
asking
if I
posit is a necessary feature for this thing to be ontologically committed.
I don't know what you mean by that. I also don't know how that like refutes what I said.
He's asking if some type of being is required for this thing to be ontologically committed. It's actualized.
Some type of being is required for something to be ontologically committed to?
Yeah, for it to be ontologically committing.
I suppose.
Okay, so if you accept that idea itself, then if we're saying this property is not there, you can understand why that's not going to be something ontologically committing.
Yes, it is, because you're ontologically committing to something just not existing within reality, and reality being a certain way without that thing.
Now, that's where we would say that that invokes a contradiction, because nothing doesn't have any type of properties, right?
What are you talking about?
Okay, so since it is the case that we're not talking about something actualized, the being that's actualized, we're talking about something that's not actualized. Therefore, it's not ontologically committing. And so when we're talking about parsimony,
How is it not ontologically committing?
because it doesn't exist. It's nothing.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying that something does not exist is not ontologically
Are you
committing?
saying it is the case that this nothingness exists?
No, nobody said that.
Okay,
All I'm
so
saying is
I-
that if you
okay,
have
well,
reality,
listen,
right, and you say,
listen,
okay,
listen.
it is true within this reality, right, that X does not exist, you are asserting that within this reality, right, it is not true that this thing exists.
So an assertion is way different when we're talking about like a referent. Now, there's nothing to point to in this case, right? Because it's nothing.
So you're saying, how are you talking about nothing? You're trying to give ontological commitments
It's
to
just
literally
a
nothing. What are you
linguistic
talking
tool.
about?
Like, for example, we're able to talk about nothingness, but nothing doesn't have the type of being.
Okay, but what does that have to do with anything, right? Because obviously
Okay,
he
so
posited
if you say
within
nothing-
reality in his
wait,
wait,
listen.
whoa. He posited in his argument, right, a reality, right? So if you have a reality and you say that within this reality X is false, that is still a positive proposition, because you were saying it is true within this reality that this thing is false. So you're saying it is
You
true that
take it
this
that-
reality exists in a way where this thing is not there.
Okay, so in the scenario where nothing exists, and that's true, like nothing ever comes into existence.
There's no scenario where nothing
Listen,
exists.
listen.
There's no scenario
Listen,
like that. It's
listen.
not even a
Okay, and that's
possible
true.
world.
Let's say, oh my god, and that's true. Do you take it that that's ontologically committing?
Wait, but that scenario just wouldn't even exist at all. There's no scenario where there's nothing. There's no
But we're
scenario
talking
like
about
that.
the absence. We're talking about the absence of actualization.
Yes, okay, cool. That does not exist. That does not
So if
exist
we're talking
anywhere.
about the absence of actualization. Where is the
There
commitment?
is no possible world where nothing exists.
We're not talking about a possible world. We're talking about nothingness, not having.
You said the scenario where there is nothing. There is no scenario because there is
I'm
no
explaining
possible
that there's a
world.
linguistic tool here to describe these types of concepts.
Yeah, but your linguistic tool is talking about a scenario that does not exist and
so
can
we
never
can use
exist.
the point I'm getting at is that we can use linguistics tools to capture the concept of things that aren't real. Like for example, we know
Yes,
that nothing.
no. You can try to say that you're using a linguistic tool, but what you're actually doing is you're trying to posit a possible world or a hypothetical that could never actually exist and is literally impossible, right? So no, your argument does not imply. How is it yap? Go ahead.
You said he's
How does it
positing a
apply? Go
possible
ahead.
world that's impossible.
What? Yeah, he's trying to posit a world that's
positing a possible
impossible.
world that's impossible.
Yes, exactly. It's a contradiction. He's trying to posit something that doesn't exist. Like what?
You think absolute nothingness doesn't exist?
Yeah, I think that's impossible. Like, there's no possible
Order
world where there's
existential
absolutely
properties or
nothing.
second order existential properties?
Just nothing at all. Like literally nothing. No, all propositions
no
being
first
false.
order
There's
property-
nothing.
So
There is
no first
nothing.
order properties,
No
second
properties
order
at all.
properties.
No identifying features. No properties. No nothing. That is
Focus, you're just a
impossible.
low tier who can't track again. If I'm saying
Okay, I
nothing
mean,
is-
you just got fucking body slammed on the stage just like your fucking friend, you
and I'm
shitty
saying that
faggot.
there are linguistic tools.
I literally just bitched you. Yeah, but your linguistic tools are fucking dog shit.
Wait,
The way you're
Focus,
trying to define linguistic tools is by trying to posit a possible world that's impossible, which is a contradiction, dumb fuck.
There's the absence of
So your example is trash. You were just butthurt that your man's got fucking lapped on the stage. Holy fucking shit.
something being ontological.
Oh, something being you are trash. You just repeated yourself again. We know what you're saying, right? But what you're saying is fucking retarded. That's the thing. The issue is that we're not hearing what you're saying. That's not the issue. The actual issue is that you are a fucking retard.
Right? We can describe
Your linguistic tools, right, that you're trying to use is literally just trying to posit an impossible situation as an example to prove your point, to try to give some weak-ass reductio or something. It's not going to work, right, because the hypothetical in the first place is impossible. Therefore, your analogy does not follow through. Dumb fuck. So if we take an actual possible world, right, where something actually does exist, and you try to say that, okay, well, X is false, that is still a positive proposition. Therefore, your man still got slammed on the stage. Do you understand?
Low tier Olympics classes.
You're fucking trash. Oh my god. Like you are probably the worst. You're actually worse than that Pucci nigga.
But I beat
Unfortunately.
You, nigga. What are you talking
So
Yeah, okay,
Focus.
Indian. Did that
So
nigga
let's
leave
say
the stage?
S,
Fuck
right?
you leaving for?
No, he's still here, bro. Let's say S.
Bring that
and
nigga on the
let's say it's
stage.
Apollo not gay, right?
Yes.
Would you take that to be like a positive, not a positive, but like something that is ontologically committed?
Yep. I don't see
So
an issue
chat.
with that.
Yeah, so chat. Focus has said S equals is Apollo not gay. He takes that to be a proposition.
Yeah, it is a proposition saying that Apollo's not gay.
So wait, is Apollo not gay a proposition? In what I framed it?
Yes. Apollo.
That's a proposition.
Apollo is not gay is a proposition. Yes. It is true that Apollo is not gay.
So just to be clear, that's not a proposition. The question is even propositional. It has no assertion. So interrogative sentences do not assert any proposition. They only express a request for information. So there's going to be no ontological commitment there because that requires an assertion.
It is an assertion. What are you talking about? That literally is an assertion. You are asserting that it is true within reality that Apollo lacks gayness. That is an assertion.
Did you just hear anything I just said, bro?
Yes, I heard what you said. You said it's not an assertion. It is an assertion.
Is Apollo not gay an assertion?
Yes, that's an assertion.
Is Focus a faggot?
That's an assertion too.
Okay, so what's the argument for questions being assertions? Go ahead.
Wait, you said is Focus a faggot? I thought you meant is Focus a faggot a proposition. Oh my god.
Yo, bro,
holy
my
fucking
nigga,
shit.
that's why I said
now,
the first
clearly,
time.
No, retard. What I thought you meant was, is the proposition Focus a faggot a proposition? Yes, that would be a proposition. If you're going to say, is Focus a faggot a proposition? No, that is a question.
Right, perfect. Okay, so when Pucci is entailing an epistemic community, right, as far as we're concerned, when you're talking about the ontological commitments between the two hypotheses, right, an ontological commitment arises only when a theory or statement must be true for certain entities to exist within reality. So if he's entailing an epistemic community, which has no truth value, then they cannot require the existence of any entities to be posited. So given that, and if you agree with that, I don't see how you want.
Okay, cool. So again, right, if you're going to say that something does not exist, then you are ontologically committing, right, to the proposition this thing does not exist being true within reality. So yes, it still would be an assertion. That's not
identical with an assertion there. Wait.
Yes, it is. Yes, that's literally an assertion.
Wait, a question.
That's a proposition too. You are asserting that this proposition is true.
That's not what I'm asserting.
Yes, it is. If you're saying that something does not exist, then you're asserting that proposition of that thing not existing is true.
Do you think I said that?
Is Apollo not gay? That right there is not a proposition, but saying Apollo is gay is a proposition, or saying Apollo is not gay is also a proposition.
Okay, that's literally what I was just saying, bro. All right, chill out, bro. Now listen.
But saying is Apollo not gay? No, that's not a proposition. That's a question.
Right. So if you agree, ontological commitments requires an assertion about some fact within reality or some physical states of affairs. Like for example, a statement ontologically commits, entity X if the truth of the statement necessitates the existence of X. A question which you just agreed has no truth condition, so it cannot necessitate anything. Now I said if Pucci was entailing an epistemic community within the given hypothesis, right, which is corresponding to the example I gave in the chat, then that's going to be trivially the case that it's not ontologically committing to anything. So if that's the case, then interrogative sentence S does not entail any ontological commitments.
That's actually just a false analogy, right? Because you asked the question, again, a question cannot be true or false, right? Okay, cool.
Right.
But what he is saying is that there is a counter hypothesis, right, that is more probable just because it posits less positive propositions, right? Now, if you're going to say that this thing is true and aliens did not come down and place a watch in the river, right, then you are saying that it is not the case within reality, or it is true that it is not the case within reality that these aliens came down. So it is still an assertion within reality. It's not just saying, these are all questions and the questions are false or whatever, because questions again cannot be false. We know that. But if he's going to say that this thing is true within reality, that right there is an assertion. It is not a question like the example you gave.
And do you think saying something is true within reality, like a first order existential proposition being positive or not true?
If you say something is truth in reality or not truth in reality, it is still being a proposition that is positive, by the way. Even saying that something does not exist is a positive proposition still. You know that, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about a positive ontological commitment as far as we're concerned with like first order properties.
Okay, but if you're going to ontologically commit to something, then you're ontologically committing to that thing being false within reality. So you're saying that it is true that this thing is false.
Or you'd be making a category error between linguistical commitments and ontological commitments. I think they're like distinct.
No, because if he's saying that we have two hypotheses, right, and these things state things within reality. So for example, hypothesis A posits one proposition to be true, and the other one posits 10 propositions to be true, and they're all within reality, right? If one of them just has less negative or less positive propositions.
Hold on. He was taking a pluralist account, which isn't necessarily like positing any ontological commitments under your radical definition that you're like appealing to, right? I get that if hypothesis 1 and hypothesis 2 both explain the same set of observations O, and hypothesis 2 doesn't include all the assumptions of hypothesis 1, but adds at least one additional independent assumption A, and A is not independently supported by evidence, then obviously it's going to be the case that hypothesis 2 is less parsimonious than hypothesis A or 1. Now,
Wait,
when we're
but why?
talking
I'm not
about
seeing why.
what?
Why is it the case that this one is simpler just because it has less positive propositions? I'm not
What do you mean
understanding.
by which semantics was simpler here?
When I say simpler, I just mean it has less positive propositions. Like, why is that the
What do you
case?
mean-
Or
what
why
do
is
you
it the
mean-
case that it has less propositions in general? Because it has the same amount of propositions, right?
Okay, do you think, let's say hypothesis 1 is assumption 1, assumption 2, and let's say hypothesis 2 is assumption 1 plus where there's an unjustified extra assumption outside the relevant sample space. Do you think these are the fucking same? If you look
Do
at
I
the
think
chart
what
right
is the same?
here. Yeah, do you think these posit the same amount of entities? Look in the chat.
Let me see.
Yeah, this is just based
Unjustified.
Right. So when we're talking about
Oh yeah,
ontological
because if
parts-
you're saying that one of them doesn't exist, then that just literally means that
okay,
it's still
we're
a
not
proposition.
saying one
You're
of
saying
them.
that it's
Yeah,
true,
yeah,
doesn't-
okay.
doesn't-
Your focus. We're not saying one of them doesn't exist, right?
Okay,
We're saying
so-
that. Wait, hold on, chill, bro.
Wait.
When hypothesis 2, right, it includes all the assumptions of hypothesis 1. However, it posits another unjustified assumption outside the relevant space. Now, we're not talking about X positing nothing, right? We're saying that it includes all the assumptions of hypothesis 1 plus an unjustified assumption outside of the relevant sample space. That's what we're concerned with when we're talking about probability theory.
Okay.
Now, do you
So
want an
again,
argument
if you-
as to why the unjustified assumption reduces the prior probability of it being true? This is just
No, because
mathematically
again,
the
if you
case.
just take both hypotheses, right, and they have equal propositions, but one of them posits another unjustified proposition,
equally
right?
explain the-
If it's saying that that one is true, like that proposition is true, that extra proposition is true, and the other one is saying that that one is not true or is not positing it within reality,
That's
then
true.
it's still just the same amount of propositions. Again, like I said.
Wait, what do you mean? It's still the same amount of propositions. I grant
Yeah,
that
'cause it's just
hypothesis
saying
2.
that
Wait, I know,
That
but hold on.
proposition is false. Like that's all it's changing.
Well, we're not saying that proposition is false. I don't know why I keep fucking saying that shit. And
Wait,
hypothesis 2, right? Hold on,
so
chill,
it's
chill,
not saying
chill,
that the
chill.
proposition is false, but if you're saying that the hypothesis, right, tries to explain something, but it uses a certain amount of propositions that is
Explain-
less than the other one, right? Then would it not also
Here,
literally be
I
saying
got
that
you,
that
bro.
proposition is not
I
true
got
to
you.
justify that?
Oh, Jesus Christ, no. Listen, so hypothesis 2 is going to include all the assumptions
does,
of
but
hypothesis 1. No, it's not. And then it includes unjustified assumptions, right, as additional entities or ontological commitments being posited, right? All Pucci was saying is that each additional unsupported assumption reduces the prior probability unless it's necessary for explanation. So it's just a case, trivially, and this is also analytic, by the way, that more entities equals low priors, and that would mean less probable unless they add explanatory power or independently justified.
Yeah,
so
again, it's just still the same exact thing because the one that has the unposited
What?
propositions is either saying that those propositions are true or false, which are still propositions. It does not matter. It's either saying
they're
that
not
that thing
explaining the
does exist within
propositions.
reality or does not exist within reality. Those are still
okay,
propositions.
that's
It does
not
matter.
irrelevant, right? No one's attacking whether it's, well, we could think of them as propositions, but we can also think of them as ontological commitments. But what you brought up to me is not like relevant at all. All I'm saying is that hypothesis 2 is going to include all the assumptions which you think could be propositions as hypothesis 1, but hypothesis 2 posits an unjustified assumption outside of the relevant sample space. Now, that unjustified assumption outside of the relevant sample space would reduce the prior probability unless it's necessary for explanation.
Yeah,
so we're not.
but it
Wait.
doesn't, though, because
It
hypothesis
doesn't?
one, hypothesis one, right, would also have to be taking into account those propositions, either saying they are true
Not
or
the
false. It
unjustified
does not
ones.
matter which one. Yes,
'Cause it
the
wouldn't be
unjustified
simple.
ones. It still would be taking within the reality that
wouldn't be
hypothesis
simple.
one is in, right. It would
What do you mean the
still
reality?
be saying within reality. It would still be saying that those propositions, even if it doesn't specify it specifically, those propositions are either true or false, right? It has to be within that hypothesis. If the hypothesis claims that it's false, right, then that's still a proposition.
That's
If
not-
they claim
the
it's true,
hypothesis
then it's
doesn't claim
still
it's
a
false.
proposition. And even if they don't take it into account, it is still propositions that are in the background, right?
Yeah, that's irrelevant.
So it's still equal. Yes, it is relevant.
We're not. It's not equal. When we're talking about negative existential propositions, right? Maybe like why does not exist. It can be supported by evidence, right? But if there's no evidence for why, then a simpler theory that denies why is going to be more probable because it doesn't require unnecessary assumptions. So, for instance,
Okay,
if
but
we have
the
no
simpler theory would also
chill.
be saying that the positive propositions of the other one that are quote unquote less simple would be false.
What do you mean by false? You think it's like a strict deductive claim?
No, all I'm saying is that if you have a hypothesis, right, that tries to posit something, but it has the quote unquote less assumed or less assumptions being made, right? Then it would still be saying that, okay, this is the case, but those assumptions being made
what do you mean,
are
like,
not true.
By this is the case, though? Like, what do you mean by the assumptions are not true? Because
let's say a hypothesis posits X to be the case, right? It says X is the case by virtue of these 10 propositions or 10 commitments. And then we have another hypothesis that says X is the case by virtue of these 15 commitments or 15 propositions, right? Now you might think, okay, well, the one that only posits 10 would be more probable, right? Because it posits less propositions than commitments, right? Yeah. But it would still posit the same amount because the one that posits 10 would just have 5 background commitments or propositions, but they would just be flipped instead of being positive.
You think they would be flipped? Okay, so let's say this, right?
Yeah,
let's
the 5
example.
extra propositions.
So imagine you observe, oh, right, a car is missing from the driveway in the morning, and that's hypothesis 1. And the assumption 1 would be the car was parked there from maybe the previous night. And then assumption 2 would be cars can be stolen. And then assumption 3 would be, well, someone may have stolen the car during that night. However, let's say hypothesis 2 includes all these assumptions. However, posits another one, which is Rizhan, who's a family member, took the car without telling anyone, which we can say is hypothesis 1, including assumption number 4. So, but hypothesis 1, but posits an additional assumption. So at first glance, right, the hypothesis adds an additional assumption that A4, someone, Rizhan must have just fucking took the car without telling anyone, right? But if A4 is not supported by evidence, then it might seem less parsimonious, right? Are you saying that that unjustified assumption is going to be inherently making a negation to the assumptions in hypothesis 1?
Yeah, because if you do not include that proposition, or you say that that proposition is false or is not the case, then yes, it is still saying that it is not the case.
Well, that's a condition, though.
Took away or Rizhan took away the car. Yes.
Wait, so you think that condition though is just embedded within the semantics?
What do you mean?
So, when someone posits another hypothesis, right? Rizhan, who's a family member, took the car without telling anyone. Do you think that's a negative claim?
Do I think that it is a negative claim that
do you think that's a negative
took the car without telling anyone?
Yeah, no. So do you think Rizhan, who's a family member that took the car, is a negative claim?
No, that's just a proposition. Like you're just stating.
All right, then you just conceded.
Reality. How is that a concession?
Yeah.
So
when we're talking about,
I already agreed that
chill out,
in the first hypothesis, right, that is not
yeah, you just fucking conceded. Anyways, so when your statement, right, outlines a fundamental what the fuck? So my bad. So in Bayesian inference, right, the posteriori probability of a hypothesis H given observed data O is calculated as this. So I'll just type this out, right? I feel so bad for this nigga. So let's say this means that what the fuck? This nigga just sent gay porn. So when comparing two hypotheses H1 and H2, the ratio of their posterior probabilities, if both hypotheses explain the data equally well, is going to be the same. So the posteriori probability is determined by the prior probabilities. So when you're adding an unsupported assumption, that would lower the prior probability, because if in scenario X, which is defined as hypothesis 1 as a set of assumptions, maybe A2, A3, and AN, and hypothesis 2, which has H1 plus an additional assumption, AN plus 1, which is an independent and not supported by evidence, then mathematically, the hypothesis 2, the prior probability of the hypothesis 2 is going to be fucking reduced. And that's just basic probability theory.
Okay. So are you done muting me?
It wasn't me, twin. Go ahead.
Okay, who muted me then?
That was your rival, Booga.
Yeah, anyways, that wasn't funny. But back to what I was saying, right? So if you were to take, right, I agree, y'all know how this is a concession, but I agree that it is a assertion or proposition to say Rizhan is a family member and stole the car. That is a proposition, cool, right? But if you were going to posit in another hypothesis, right, that Rizhan did not take the car, or it was not Rizhan that took the car, right, within that hypothesis, then that would still be a proposition, because you're saying it is truth in reality that Rizhan did not steal the car. Like, it's not very hard to understand, right? Any proposition that you could ever give within a hypothesis, if you have a counter hypothesis that does not include that proposition or claims that proposition to be false, it still would posit the same amount of propositions. It's really not that hard to understand. Like, holy shit, I'm pretty sure even low tiers like
yo,
Pucci.
Focus, yeah, so I hope you're done just copying Apollo's argument and not even being able to articulate it correctly, because you don't understand anything about ontological parsimony. Now, no one is disputing over the fact that the hypothesis 2 would include some of the assumptions of hypothesis 1, right? And we can think of these assumptions as propositions. No one fucking disagrees with that, okay? So get that out your head, okay? This is like the tier 5 shit that makes people think that you will never be better than the likes of Booga or fucking Supreme, who are all dog shit. The problem is what Pucci was bringing up is an unjustified assumption outside of the relevant sample space in the second hypothesis, which isn't a negative existential proposition, lowering would be the prior probability of that given hypothesis and given that assumption outside of the relevant sample space will be lowered than the first one, right? So when you say we have a set of negative existential propositions that can equally explain the data, the negative existential proposition is not equally explaining the data, because the data that Pucci was bringing up was a pluralist account, which didn't even actually posit fucking negative existential propositions. So I'm just trying to lay out the reason why you completely just got fucking blown out by Pucci, because he wasn't even positing negative existential propositions within his fucking given hypothesis, right? So given that, given the fact that you conceded the risk on point, you would have to agree that the unjustified assumption outside of the relevant sample space is going to reduce the prior probability of the second hypothesis, and all else equal, the first hypothesis would be more parsimonious and so more rationally probable than the theory.
Holy shit, you're just rambling, so I'm just gonna go ahead and body slam you with very basic language, right? Even if he were to not grant, right, negative ontological commitments, it still would be a positive ontological commitment to make the claim that something is not true. Dumb fuck. Holy shit, you're not understanding. No matter
this is a shallow box.
What amount. Okay, why are you like unmuted? Why is he unmuted?
Because I said he was telling an episode.
Why is he unmuted?
Which is
why is he
distinct
unmuted?
from making. Because I could do whatever the fuck I want. So I'm tired of you shadowboxing. So I told you, you fucking dumb retard, that given the fact that you conceded to the interrogatory claim, oh my god, the question, not the proposition. I said that earlier within the dialogue, Pucci wasn't telling an epistemic humility. In the epistemic humility, you agreed for the given hypothesis that is not going to be an assertion or a proposition. And when we're talking about his hypothesis, he's not adding like, you know, epistemic humility fucking claims, because that's just completely fucking incoherent. So even then, his point just still stands, and I can do whatever fucking want. I'm gonna try.
Okay, nice. So he's clearly afraid that I'm gonna fucking slam him on his neck. That's why he has to mute me, even though he's the debater. Literally, the debater himself is muting, right? Is that not just pure fear right there? Holy shit. So this nigga is fucking retarded. So again, right, what I was gonna say, even if he does not grant, right, negative ontological commitments, then it would still be the case that my argument follows, because even if you were to say that, right, even if you were to say, oh, well, X is false, or I ontologically commit to this thing being false, it would still be positive, because you are saying that this thing is true. You are ontologically committing that it is true that this thing is false. Dumb fuck. Holy shit. It is not really that hard to fucking understand, right, that your friend who got fucking body slammed is trying to posit an equal amount of propositions, right, or ontological commitments, just even though he's saying that these things are false, bro. Holy fucking shit. He can say that something is false or that it is not true that this thing happened. It is still
bro, focus,
right,
bro.
a ontological commitment.
Nigga, you're so confused. Like, he asked
How
you,
am I
why
confused?
can't, because listen, in the beginning of the dialogue, he said, why can't I take a pluralist account that doesn't include the essentialism? So he was asking you for an argument as to why he cannot, if there's a P and not P, with taking a pluralist account of properties, which is not the same thing as a negative existential proposition. Now you keep shadow boxing and try to make the claim that, oh, he's asserting, oh, this must be false or this must be true, okay, or within his given hypothesis, he's still saying this is false. No, he's just saying all else equal, his posits the less unjustified assumptions, right? And we don't take or think about existential propositions to be the necessary things of parsimony, because parsimony is just the limits, like it just limits entities beyond, you know, unnecessary. Necessary. Oh, that was fucking bad. Beyond, not beyond what is necessarily required of the entities. That was really bad.
Holy,
that was terrible.
Fucking Lord. God damn, may the Lord have mercy on this nigga's tongue after that. Holy
my
shit.
Fault. On God, my fault. Holy shit, that was bad. Holy fuck.
Okay, so anyways, bro, what I was gonna say, right, is he brought up that thing about being a pluralist about properties when we were arguing about us not being identical to existence itself when it came to our properties. He brought that up then, right? And then again, I brought up how even if he did that, it would still posit my God existing, which he didn't attack. But back to what I was saying, we were talking about parsimony after, We're talking about
Wait, hold
parsimony.
on. You said a little
afterwards.
posit your God existing, bro. He said
Yes.
that your God presupposes essentialism. He said, why can't he be a pluralist about properties?
The God didn't. No, the God does not presuppose essentialism. He said that my premise presupposed essentialism. He didn't say my God presupposed essentialism.
No. He said your entire argument was presupposing essentialism.
No.
Which is the
He
belief
said
that
my argument for my premise was my argument for my specific premise presupposed that. Because I was giving an argument for one specific premise. He did not say the whole entire fat ass argument that I gave was presupposing essentialism.
Wait, Pucky. Wait, just to clarify real quick.
He's gonna lie and say that he did, even though he didn't. It's on recording, so I don't really care.
Wait. You can rewatch the recording. When did I ever say that only
Where's
that
the
premise
recording?
is presupposing essential? I said your argument has shades of essentialism.
Yes,
Fucking
my
watch it.
argument
Right.
for the premise that we are non-identical to existence. That was the argument.
You're retarded.
And so, Focus.
Like he's fucking retarded as shit.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Ironic.
So,
That's you.
Fucking stupid
fucked
faggot.
you agreed that...
And I literally just body slammed him, right? And I said, even
Wait,
if,
hold on.
right, you were to take your argument into account, it would still posit the existence
said-
of my God.
You said Focus would be Axiom. Yeah, he would. But listen, you said... Well, sorry. Your God has a fixed
Who's
nature or
Axiom?
essence, right? Look, too. Don't worry about it. So you said your God has a fixed nature or essence that defines them, right?
All
So
I
God is
said,
existence.
all I said was that my God is just existence. That's it.
Right. So, you know, that implies or presupposes essentialism, right? Because essentialism just posits the belief that things have an underlying fixed nature or essence that defines them. Now, I did remember him saying that you're presupposing essentialism, and then he said it would be less virtuous when we're talking about explanatory power compared to his given hypothesis, where I think he was talking about like a pluralist account of properties and essence. So given that, right, I don't think he was saying, well, because of this, essentialism is just going to be false. I think he was just saying that it will be his hypothesis will be more virtuous when we're talking about explanation or more explanatory.
Nah,
like
bro.
virtuous.
Okay, what I said though, right? What I said was, okay, well, if you do not grant existence, then your whole argument would just be false. Any argument you give would be false because any words that you try to give would presuppose the existence or meaning of those words within the first place, right? So any argument you try to give, even his argument's existence itself would have to be presupposed. So if existence is a thing at all, right, then it is the case, right, that my God exists because all my God is just existence. If we could even posit one thing within a possible world to exist,
Wait, you
then
said
my
if
God
he
would
grants
exist.
what? I didn't hear the beginning part. My fault. You said if he grants what, bro?
If he grants anything to exist at all, even one thing, even one entity in any possible world, right, then that would mean that my God does exist. Because if I define God as existence and he presupposes even his words to exist, right, then that would entail, right, that my God exists because my God is just pure existence. So if something exists, then my God exists. Why is that guy who had his beat earlier in the stage? That nigga named Packer move.
All right, so your God is contingent, and your God is also necessary is contingent. All right.
My God's what?
Your God is contingent and necessary.
I never said my God is either, but I mean, he actually would be necessary, right? Because in order for anything to exist at all, if something exists, right, then my God exists because my God is existence. That means that nothing can exist without my God. So there's no possible world without the God that I posited. So yes, it would be necessary. Unless you're gonna say there is a possible world where there is nothing, meaning no laws of logic, nothing like that at all, just pure nothing, then yeah, but that isn't even a possible world in the first place. So
Probably need to rewatch what was actually said. Yeah, man, good convo, guys. Is that good convo? Was that a good
handshake to
convo?
both of y'all, bro.
No, I was trying to get clarity on who argued what.
Yeah, I know. Handshake to Pookie. Nah, I'm just playing. I would never handshake that ugly ass Indian nigga.
Yo, Paulo, get up here,
That
bro.
nigga would give my hand low tier itis.
Say on God, I'm Indian.
Yeah, we know.
Say on God, I'm Indian, bitch.
You said on God you're Indian? Yeah. I
Say
know.
on God, I'm Indian.
You said on God you're Indian? Yeah, we know.
Say on God, I'm Indian. You're not
know
fucking
you're
funny,
Indian.
retard. Say on God, I'm Indian.
We know you're Indian.
You fucking retard. Say on God, I'm Indian right
On
now.
the-
Why are you such a fucking pussy? Do I have to call your fucking Isola to say on God for you, dumb bitch? Say on God, I'm Indian. Right the fuck now, retard. Keep prying.
On the
You're not
unconditioned
Indian.
reality you're Indian, you Indian
Say on God,
faggot.
I'm Indian. Why are you
On
so
the
scared?
unconditioned
Say on God,
reality you're Indian.
Say on God, I'm Indian.
On the unconditioned reality you're Indian,
All right, does
faggot.
this entail on God, I'm Indian?
On the being whose essence is identical with existence, you're Indian, faggot.
I rejected that entire argument, so I don't know why you're trying
Shut the
to
fuck
do.
up, bitch. You got slammed on it, faggot.
Say on God, I got slammed?
Sit, dumbass nigga.
I stuttered
Your
and I
fat
still
ass
beat
back.
you, retard. That's why your Isola
Nigga's
gets
tongue does
ganked by
backflips in
half
his
the
mouth,
people.
ain't it?
Yo, he said gets gangbanged by not listening.
Shut
What
the fuck
you gonna
up,
do about
bitch.
it, Fuck you gonna do about
Muffly
this,
mic ass
nigga,
nigga.
nigga, you are nothing outside of Discord. You're a fucking crony and a retard. You fucking pedophile retard bitch. You're nothing. You're a fucking loser. Without Discord, nigga, your existence disappears. You're a fucking dork. Nigga, you got fucking raped in your school locker, nigga. I don't know who the fuck you feeling like, nigga.
Alright, chill, bro.
Stupid ass
Chill, bro.
bitch.
Nigga crashing out.
Why am I muted? Is he mad that he got epistemologically verified? I epistemologically verified him in that metaphysical dialectical right there, and now he's mad. Holy fucking shit!
crying?
He's ontologically inferior to me. Oh no! It looks like you're just mad because you got epistemologically verified in the metaphysical dialectical right there. Holy shit! You were not able to justify any type of metaphysical proposition in that dialectic. You got fucking body slammed. Holy shit, buddy. Yo, but
By the way, I don't know why you're talking about metaphysics.
Alright, bro. Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Stop muting him. Can someone ping can someone ping?
proposition with the dialecticals.
Someone ping that nigga Smoothie, bro. I'm finna debate Smoothie, bro.
Smoothie's gonna get slammed, man.
So ass, bro.
I think that's
Yo, I'm
gonna
not
be a
gonna
good.
lie, bro.
So ass.
Yo, bro, unbiased, bro. Yo, I have a question about you versus Smoothie, though.
Me? I already beat him before.
No, yeah, but I have a question about y'all debating, though. Cause like, I heard something about that. Why is Pucci
what
so
about it?
fucking ugly? Like, why is he so ugly?
You can end it, bro. I was just asking them questions about who are
Can you show me a picture
but-
of you at the gym?
But
by
like,
the way?
why is Pucci so ugly?
Can you show me a picture of you at the gym, by the way?
Shut your flathead ass up,
Can you
flat
show me a
haircut
picture?
ass
Can you show
nigga.
me? Look, I'll unmute you when you show me a picture of you at the gym, by the way.
Yo, wait, hold
Go
on,
ahead.
Tron, bro.
Wait, guys.
What, bro?
Yo, Pucci, I had a question, flat haircut ass nigga. Now,
I don't got a hair.
I saw your face, flat haircut ass nigga, and I was wondering, who told you that mustache was tough, flat mustache ass nigga? I had a question.
You want to see?
Yo,
me
I had
now?
a question, weak mustache ass nigga. So who told you that was tough, weak mustache ass
Wait,
nigga?
are you saying I have the mustache?
Are you stuttering, buddy? Do you have a mustache? We know you have a mustache, buddy.
Yo,
Bro,
Tron.
Before we
hi, are you sure Smoothie said he's better than me because he thinks I killed him, bro?
What? Anyways.
Hey, let him my nigga Gerber mine. Hey, let him my nigga Gerber justice mine.
Wait, Focus. Do you have any?
Do
Do you have any views on like applied ethics, like abortion or anything?
He don't do bad
wait,
things.
I do have a view. It's called the ontological metaphysics of the axiological epistemological Pucci's mustache logical.
Kill yourself.
Wait,
No, but my view, I have a view on abortion though. That's the only like moral thing I have a view on.
Yeah, because I know Pucci has like really strong views on abortion. So maybe you guys.
I have a strong view on abortion. It's called pro Pucci's bottom lip hair. That's what it's called. That's my view on abortion.
But niggas be debating our
It's
Nigga, nobody.
it's pro Pucci's mustache. That's my view on abortion
I
currently.
want someone in chat to tell me who found that funny.
I want you to stop stuttering.
I can stutter how many times I want. I still look better than you.
Yo, shut up, bitch.
Who the fuck you feeling like, son? Tell me, who the fuck
The
you feeling
fuck?
like?
He thought he was tough when he said that, huh? Nigga, yo, lame ass back somewhere, you bald head, bitch.
Call me daddy right now. Call me daddy right now, bitch.
Yeah, he's gay or something.
Yo,
Excuse me, flat mustache ass nigga,
Yo, somebody send Focus face really quick.
Excuse me, that's not me looking ass nigga,
Young God, that's not you.
Matter of fact, that is me. Now what? My mustache is bigger than yours, faggot.
Bigger doesn't entail better, by the way. Bigger doesn't entail.
My
better.
mustache is bigger than yours. How you feel?
You're a pedophile.
That nigga Pucci ugly shit, mine. That's my mustache right there, mine.
I look better than you, son.
Let's go, mine.
You lost
I got
me
a thicker
already.
mustache than you, bitch.
Wanna get cooked on
Hey, what's a flat mustache ass nigga?
abortion?
Damn, bro.
Excuse me, flat mustache ass nigga. I had a question, flat mustache ass nigga. Hey, look at the nigga in chat, man.
Bro, I invited you, bro.
Hey, unmute my nigga Gerber, man.
Nobody's letting up that retard.
Oh, you a ugly ass nigga, man. Man, you on my camera, man. Blockhead.
On God, get the fuck out.
Yo, wait, let him back up. Wait, let up Gerby,
So what, bitch?
Yo,
What
this
the fuck you
nigga
want?
niggas laughing.
Big dog.
Wait, let up Gerby. Gerby wants to say something.
No, he's not saying shit until he shows a fucking picture at the gym, fat fuck.
Gerby wants to say something real quick.
On God, he's not doing shit.
Yo, Tron.
Yo.
Smoothie's banned from here, bro. You're not getting him here, bro.
I'm dead as fuck. Pizza box head ass nigga. Hydraulic press head ass nigga. Anvil head ass nigga.
I'll unban him, bro. I'll unban him. Let me just put that real quick, bro.
I think Chris
Block a bedrock head ass nigga.
I think Chris.
Yo daddy head ass nigga.
Was like that nigga Smoothie knows that you're better than him. He said it numerous times. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so guys, you guys gotta chill. So just to be clear, the unstoppable force is not back into the voice call. I just want to get it clear. It's like anyone else want to like debate or is that different for tonight?
We're lynching Smoothie.
And by the way, he's banned because of the fact that he was decried me by him talking about Smoothie.
I can embarrass
Focus,
him.
are you down
Can we
to debate or
unban?
no?
Wait, Apollo, can we unban him just to beat him up real quick, and then ban him again? Like just farm him for activity and then ban him. Like that sounds like a good idea to me.
This is Smoothie's tier list, by the way.
Yo, it's Fallen God. What's up, Unc? Bro, what kind of template is that, bro?
Oh, yo, I got my own notes.
The template is so garbage. Holy shit.
He thinks Y-Fun is. Never mind. No comment.
I guess Focus
I'm probably
is down to debate.
I'm probably just gonna debate Smoothie and then yeah.
Smoothie would be down to debate me.
Shit, probably.
Yeah, his condition for rejoining the server and getting unbanned from the server is if he's going to debate. That's it.
I'll try to make that happen, bro.
Yeah, he made like some really
let's also get
about how Fallen God beat me in the conversation, whereas he admitted afterwards he was confused about the concepts, and then that's why he got banned from the server for just dick riding.
Mm-hmm. Tight shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna give him like 5 minutes. Let me ask.
If you can explain how I lost to Fallen God, then you'll basically be allowed in the server. But if not, then you'd have to agree that he was just dick riding, or he will not get banned. He will not get unbanned from the server.
Okay. Oh, your Smoothie is a retard. He doesn't know how to track more than 5 sentences.
I'm just asking if there's anyone
he
down to
puts out like 10 seconds.
no one's
10
responding.
sentences per second.
And also because I want activity, bro.
Infinity is requesting up. I
man.
wonder why he's requesting up.
Infinity?
Wait, what's up? Who said my name?
But yeah, I was just trying to see if this was Keen or not, because you had that
Yeah.
British accent.
Yeah, that's me, man. That's me.
Yo,
British or
Infinity.
Irish, bro.
What's good, nigga?